Swift by R.J. Anderson. So this book just came out and I'm rather enthralled. I haven't actually read the previous books, Knife, Rebel and Arrow, although I do intend to. I don't think they're direct prequels to this book, and I can assure you, having not read any of them, you can easily start with this book if you want. As far as I'm aware, although fans of the series do feel free to correct me down below, this is set in the same universe but will be its own self-contained series. So Ivy is the only Pisky ever born into the Pobal Vein who doesn't have wings. As our story starts, she's hauling herself up a mine shaft, desperately trying to keep up with her airborne little sister so as not to miss the gathering, the only occasion every year where the Piskies are all allowed to come out of their mine shaft and be above ground. The reason the Piskies, especially the female ones, are confined below ground is they are terrified of the dreaded Spriggans. Spriggans kidnap pixies, take them off, eat them, enslave them. Little children tremble in nightmares about them. Men do not go above ground without being armed for them. And Ivy herself is especially wary of them, for when she was young, just after her sister was born, they carried off her mother. The gathering ends badly. One of the boys has gone missing, abducted by a Spriggan. Ivy's brother joins the search parties, and he comes back victorious. They don't find the missing boy, but they do capture a Spriggan. And it is here that Ivy makes her grand mistake. She listens to him, and his stories somehow don't seem that bad. In fact, they start to make more sense than the stories she's been told all her life. And he offers her something. Something that could make betraying her family and all her people worthwhile. I really liked this book. Ivy's a really great character. She's your spunky, adventurous heroine, yet she has been brought up in the closed community of the Pobal Vein. She does have previous preconceptions, yet in this story she does manage to break through them and break past them. It's very interesting seeing her interact with her withdrawn father, her willful brother, her adoring sister, and of course with this new boy. This supposed Spriggan. She half hates him. He represents what she's always feared. He represents the disappearance of her mother. Yet there is magic in him. Magic she wants so badly. Another thing I really loved was the names Anderson gave to everything. Piskies, the Pobal Vein. The king and queen, as it were, of their society are called the Jack and the Jill. Everything fit very well and gave the world she created a really interesting, folky feel to it. The story's also full of lots of twists and turns. I spent a lot of the book saying, oh, this guy's the baddie. Oh no, wait, this guy's the baddie. It's interesting following all the threads and finding out what actually happened. Also, there was a brilliant moment when I was reading and I quickly turned back to the cover and I just thought, oh, of course. I didn't notice it when I originally picked it up. It's quite subtle, but when you get to that point in the book, everything really makes sense. Anyway, leave me some comments down below. What do you think of The Sound of Swift? Have you read any books by R.J. Anderson? What do you think? And in general, what's your opinion of fairy stories? Stories with actual fairies in. Anyway, we'd love to hear from you down below. As we are in the torrent of videos, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Ivy. She whirled around to find the Spriggan struggling to his feet, leaning against the cavern wall for support. How, she whispered, how do you know my name? I didn't kill Kiev, he said, and now his voice sounded ordinary, its formal cadences lost. I don't know where he is. But you were at the gathering, the night he disappeared, she said, watching me dance. Why? The side of his mouth that wasn't swollen turned up. You dance very well, he said, and his gaze drifted down her body. Revulsion squirmed inside of her. Stop it, she said. I know what you are, Spriggan, what you do. I'm not stupid, and I'm definitely not flattered. I'm going to ask you again. This time you'd better give me an answer. How do you know my name? The prisoner straightened a little more, using his good hand to brush the sweat-darkened hair from his brow. Because, he said, your mother sent me to find you. She's alive, and safe, and if you help me escape, I'll take you to her.